Hi, and welcome to Royalty Princess, y'all channel. Good day. I hope y'all day is going well, or your morning, wherever you reside. This is part 2 of my daughter turning 17 and how I feel about it. So basically, my daughter's father had ended up moving in with me because I had just got an apartment at the time, and then he got his orders and found out that he was going to be stationed overseas. So I just recall at that time I was working really, really hard and trying to take care of my daughter and just trying to get in the swing of things of being a mother and, just trying to figure out life. And it was really, really challenging for me because I did not know, how it would be, being a new mother and having a child and having to take care of a child without the dad being there, do the work and things of that sort, and me going to work and me being in college. And it was very, very hard. And when I would talk to my friends and my coworkers and things about the situation and matter, they would tell me, oh, you'll be fine. Some people say it'll be okay. And then I had older adults tell me, girl, you better not let that man, go. You know what I'm saying? You should be there too, type of thing. So it went really, really well the first year. He had got stationed overseas. I had to come up with a routine and a schedule, and I had to juggle everything, going to work, going to college, taking 24 credit hours, different things of that sort like that. And my daughter's father would write me and he would call me. So it was great that he was still able to stay into communications with me during his time away from us. So everything was good. The love appeared to be still strong. The feelings was still good. Everything was good. And fast forward to him being done working overseas and coming back to North Carolina. It was very, exciting because I didn't see him for a long time. My daughter, was going to be excited to see her dad. And in my mind, I assumed that we were going to raise our child and get married and, continue out in life and build together. But it didn't play out that way. And so after all of that happened, he came back and everything went back to normal. Raising our daughter, both going to work and me being in college. And then boom, he got another order to go to Arizona, I believe it was. And I had an older lady come up to me and she was like, you better not let that man go, all the way to Arizona and you not be there. That's opening up room, for cheating and things of that sort, which she didn't say cheating, but that's pretty much what she was getting at. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave your man unattended. But in the back of my head and being young, I felt like, oh, it was going to be okay because he had already did a year overseas before and everything stayed good and it wasn't an issue. So at that time, I just went ahead and went with my decision to stay back in North Carolina, finish school, and just, wait it out. So usually throughout the week, he would call me every day and, talk to me and check on the baby and things of that sort like that, or mail me cards in the mail telling me he loved me, he loved our child, da 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 da. So then, over a period of maybe about 5 months, give or take, I started to recognize, which now I know that was my intuition, that something was changing in the relationship, that he was starting to call less. He was not being attentive to me and my daughter's needs other than by just sending money. And, and back in them days, we had like MySpace and the internet and different other platforms out, and I would just stay preoccupied talking to my friends and family and just living my life day to day like usual. And one day it was just like out of nowhere, like the thought just came to me, like, try to get into his email account. So I now know that was God leading me. I do believe that. And so I ended up getting into his email account, and which that's a whole nother story, but I ended up getting into his information. And usually men, they are not as smart as women typically. And he would play the Xbox, I believe it was, back in the day, and the old Xbox, and the pin that he would use to log into his Xbox, which I'm not a gamer, and so because I do like more board games and things of that sort, that's what I prefer and that's what I like. And so I tried the code and everything worked. And so when I got into his email, I was able, because back then he had Sprint, and so I was able to get his bill sent to the email. And once I started reviewing the phone call log, I started to realize that it was like a whole bunch of different numbers, but then it was like a different number that he had been spending time talking to this person for an extremely amount of time. And and I was like, well, hold up, because my dude, he's not really a talker in that type of form to where he would be talking on the phone for hours. So that was the number one red flag. So at that point in time, I was really, really nervous, and I called the number, and I wanted to see if a male or a woman would pick up the phone. And it was a woman that picked up the phone. So I tried to act like I was somebody else, and she just out of nowhere was like, is this Courtney? Because that's my name. And she was like, I believe that this is Courtney, and I already know about you. You know what I'm saying? He at my house right now. Matter of fact, I'm at the nail place. Yeah, she told me straight, directly, like, your dude is at my house, and this is what it is with us, and I already know about you, so you don't have to pretend like you're somebody else. So after all of that, she was like, I'm gonna tell him to call you when I get back to the house. So I was like speechless. I was like, I'm smiling now, but I was getting ready to blow the roof off the house, because I just could not believe, not only was this nigga cheating on me, but he was also playing house with me with a whole nother baby. And I had already sacrificed a lot to be with this man. You know what I'm saying? So I was just shocked and just completely upset, mind blown, just upset. So I was like, okay, tell him to call me. So we got off the phone, and I kept calling and calling, like later on in the evening. Couldn't get nobody. So then fast forward as time progressed, he ended up contacting me, and I was asking him questions like, who is this female? What are you doing with her? You know, you with me? You know, what's up with us? You know what I'm saying? And most importantly, what's up with you? So that's when he was like, you know, I will explain everything to you when I get back to North Carolina. You know, I'll talk to you then. Because, you know, at that time, he was getting ready to come back to North Carolina, like, permanently. So I had to wait, like, maybe 2 weeks or so, give or take, before he returned. And it was really, really hard because my whole world just felt like I was crushed. I was manipulated. I was used. I was being kind. This was a fraud. You know what I'm saying? How could you do this to me? I got my whole life ahead of me. You know, I sacrificed and cut off other people to deal with you just for you to kind me, you know. And I just felt really, really depressed. You know what I'm saying? I felt really, really hurt. I felt really, really terrible. You know what I'm saying? As anyone else would in a situation like that. And so what ended up happening was he ended up returning back to Fort Bragg. And it was just, the atmosphere was just really, really quiet in the apartment.